Well, have you asked him?
Well, no.
Why?
I don't like to.
Oh, Mum.
It's like pushing him out.
Well, he might need a push.
Well, don't you go hinting it.
Oh, as if he'd take any notice.
Hey, by heck.
By heck what?
It really upsets the system, you know, all that rich food.
Well, you didn't have to eat it, did you?
What, over Christmas?
Well, it's over now, isn't it?
What's that?
The festive season?
Ah, there's a new year to let in yet.
I wonder what that'll hold for you.
Eh?
I wonder what you'll be doing.
Oh, don't worry, I've got a few irons in the fire. Hey, up. Here's the corned beef inspector.
What?
Charitable collector. I bet you know it didn't get much change out of 100 quid for that overcoat he's wearing. Don't answer it. He's not the type to hang about.
What type do hang about? Honestly, the corned beef inspector.
Well...
Oh, hello, Oliver.
Kath.
Come in.
Oh, what a nice surprise.
Good.
You haven't met Wally, have you?
No,
Arthur's cousin, Wally Soper.
Oh, yes. How do you do?
Champion. And yourself?
This
Yes,
is
thank you.
Oliver Banks.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Kevin's father.
Kevin's. All right.
He's not about by any chance, is he?
No, he's at work, and that's just where I'm going. It's a lovely old life, isn't it, if you don't weaken?
I'll give you a lift over.
Can you?
No bother.
Well, you might miss Kevin.
Well, it wasn't all that important. Look, you are coming for a meal tomorrow night.
Oh, yes, we haven't forgotten.
Of course, that'll include you too, Wally.
Oh, no, I wouldn't dream.
No, really?
No, elbowing in at last moment.
Oh, I
is
assure
not...
you.
In any case, I'm guesting.
Guesting?
Darts match down at the George.
Oh, that'll be nice.
Very. And who knows, I might get a regular position in the team.
Lucky you. Time to read books.
Not so lucky. The book is one of yours.
Well, that could make or break a marriage.
I often sneak a look at your gaudier efforts.
Oh, is that one of them?
It's got to be the gaudiest.
Yes. That was one of my rare excursions into high tragedy.
Long session. Brandy?
No, thank you.
Oh, go on, Kate. Unwind and have a brandy.
All right.
Let me.
No, I'll do it. And you can see how steady my hand is.
Your solicitor, Kate, did you engage him for the case, or did you?
No, his father was my father's solicitor. We grew up in the same town. We were supposed to be childhood sweethearts.
And the barrister?
A complete stranger. Very strange eyes. The question would come, and then my answer. And then the look. A short look was a point in my favor, and a long look was a point against. And a look at my solicitor, either short or long, meant that the odds were piling up the wrong way.
Nothing definite was said.
If there'd been anything encouraging to say, my solicitor would have said it the moment we left the barrister's chambers. I'm frightened.
It's all right. I won't let her be on her own this evening. Valerie Pollard's the sort of person for night watches. I'll give her a nudge.
You sure you won't have a drink?
I daren't. Mr. Paul has skinned me alive. Not even supposed to be in here before I go on duty. Listen, thanks for the lift. Very kind of you.
No bother.
Bit out of your way.
No, I've got loads of time. I think I'll have myself a drink.
Okay, well, I better dash.
Yes, off you go.
See you tomorrow night.
Look forward to that.
Car keys for number 28 all fixed.
It's purring like a kitten. There's the bill.
Well, more like a cough and a splutter, but still.
Listen, for a car that's done 25,000 miles without a plug change, it's going like velvet.
That wouldn't be a hint by any chance, would it?
What do you mean?
But I seem to recall you got rather partial to black velvet on Christmas Eve.
Shh.
What?
Maeve, got spies everywhere, not so loud.
I'll buy you one if you like.
The temptress.
Come on.
No, I can't, honestly.
Why not?
Well, I'm late already.
Chicken.
Chicken, maybe. Precisely. Listen. It'll be stuffed and in the oven, right? And if I'm 10 minutes late, I'm in the black box. So?
Some other time?
Some other time.
Like next Christmas?
Oh, well,
Sharon, can you spare me a moment?
Yeah.
Miss,
Yes?
large gin and tonic, please.
You're not in any hurry.
No.
I was wondering if there've been any developments over the sale of the garage.
Oh, not really.
Well, I've been giving the matter some thought, and it seems to me the most advantageous plan would be if we were to put in a bid.
We?
Me.
You mean the motel or you privately?
Well, I meant the motel, actually, but I don't see any difference.
Your bid will not be accepted.
No, just a minute.
No, it's nothing to do with me. It's Reg.
Won't be.
No.
Why?
David, I have no idea.
Oh, no, look, if there are moves going on between you and someone else, I'm sure I can match them. Financially, and in working arrangements to your advantage.
There are no moves going on. As I see it, it's between you and Pollard. And if I had any say in the matter, I know which way I'd go.
Why'd you mention J. Henry?
I understand approaches have been made.
By him?
Yeah.
What the hell for?
Ask him.
Real gent, that Oliver Banks. Is he well off?
Oh, I think they're comfortable.
Ah, well, why does young Kevin have to go into the building trade, then? You know, I mean, why can't he go to the university and go into one of the professions, like a doctor or a barrister?
Because that's not what he wanted. He always fought against going to university. All his life, he's been interested in the building trade, working with his hands. Not that it's any of your business.
No, I was just turning it over in my mind. It's a hobby of mine.
Yes, well, I'd rather you didn't practice it in my house. Yeah, and that reminds me. Can you tell me how long you're going to be here?
Hey, just a minute. That's it. This is going to be a beauty. The beast of Clapham Junction.
I thought we were going to toss for it.
My dear fellow, I merely put in a bid. Not a very high bid, as a matter of fact. A sort of starting point, one might say. Now, if you wish to put in a counter bid, either for yourself or on behalf of the motel, you're perfectly at liberty to do so.
You're not making sense.
I always make sense, David.
We, as a motel, bid against you as an individual.
If you feel so inclined.
Then the only beneficiary will be Reg Lamont.
Oh, not necessarily.
Who else?
Well, I have been known to come out ahead in my time.
I can't credit this. You want 50% of what is, after all, a fairly insignificant property?
Insignificant for the moment, perhaps, but in the future, who knows? And while we're at it, let's get the arithmetic right, shall we? Now, the motel owns half the garage. Now, my small stock in the motel entitles me to some small say in what happens to that half. Now, if I already own outright the other half, then the say is all mine.
All right. You have the say in the Crossroads garage. Is that so important?
It might be.
It's not exactly turning over 100,000 a year.
At the moment.
And there isn't room for the kind of expansion that will make it attractive to you.
Not as a garage, no.
Then what else?
Well, hypermarket?
What?
They're all the rage, my dear fellow, and it's a very good site.
You're not serious.
I assure you.
Slap here on top of the motel.
Yes, an interesting proposition, don't you think?
This is a joke. It's got to be a joke. A hypermarket.
Why not?
You know why not. The moment you lay the foundations, the motel's days will be numbered.
Oh, David, I think you're taking a very pessimistic outlook.
This establishment, as you well know, has certain things going for it. Not the least of which is its sighting. An easy drive from the dual carriageway. We invested a lot of money in the rebuilding. We can offer all the necessary amenities, and it's particularly attractive to passing trade. A hypermarket did not and should not feature in any of our plans.
Your plans, David. Mine are something else.
And then, of course, there's the question of planning permission.
Well, I think you'll find that all my companies have quite an enviable track record as far as that is concerned.
In any case, you haven't yet got your 50% of the garage.
No, but I will get it. I mean, to all intents and purposes, there are only two in the running, me and you. And I have found out recently that you are virtually a non-starter. So that leaves me out on my own, wouldn't you say?
Oh, thanks, love.
Oh, there's Glenda. Hello, love. You're later tonight.
Yeah, we had a theatre booking crowd in from Stratford. Oh, Kevin not back yet,
No,
then?
he said not to wait up for him.
Oh, it's no sort of marriage, that.
It suits us.
Well, you see nothing of each other. Why don't you jack it in, that job of yours?
We need the money. Honestly, I've got a nerve, haven't you? You turn up here on the doorstep without a moment's warning.
All right, Glenda.
All right, Kath, let her go on.
No, forget it. I'm too tired to go arguing with you tonight.
Well, of course you're too tired, because you work. You've been on your feet all day waitressing, haven't you? I mean, what sort of a job is that for a girl like you? No wonder you don't get on well with your in-laws.
Now, Wally, you've gone too
Oh,
far
I've
this time.
had enough. I'm going to bed. Good night, Mum.
Night, love. Don't take any notice of him.
No chance of that.
She's a fool to herself, that girl.
Right, let's see what the cards have to say. Hassle. Ah, King of Hearts, David Hunter's got to be. More hassle, which makes sense, because he hasn't got a clue why Reg won't sell the garage to him. Poor man, more hassle. He even thinks I'm doing a deal behind his back, and God, I wish I was. Because J. Henry Pollard is going to gobble us all up, and there he is, money, 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 king of diamonds. More hassle, worries. And that's got to be Maury Lander, hasn't it? Jack of clubs, the fixer, the man who knows everything about everything. And I wonder if he does know that Reg doesn't want David to have the garage. Because if he doesn't, I could keep quiet about it. I mean, I've got myself to think about. I've got Mac, I've got Sid, I've got Benny. If Pollard takes over, we could all be out in our ear, and there's more hassle. Right, so should I keep quiet about it? Make a wish, Metcalfe, make a wish. Past, not good. Present, even worse. Shall I lie? No, I can't. Cards don't look very good, Di. They hardly ever lie. Hello. Oh, hello, David. Were your ears burning? No, it doesn't matter. What did Pollard say exactly? No. No, there is no way I can get in touch with Reg. David, he is just not available. Look, I'm sorry, I cannot swing this for you. Well, I can only assume it's something personal. What did Reg say to me exactly? Well, if you really want to know, he said you get up his nose. Oh, dear.
And then?
And then I told the young man that if all he had said was true, then he was just right for my daughter's hand, because he could afford to keep her in the manner to which he'd been accustomed, myself being about to face bankruptcy proceedings.
So he ran?
He fled. Miranda was desolate. Yeah, but she sees the funny side of it now, doesn't she?
I don't. I never did. You interfered. You behaved not merely like a heavy father, but a Victorian relic.
Oh, come on. Miranda was only 17.
You're younger than I was when you snapped me up, despite my own father's very accurate misgivings about you.
Yes, he gave our marriage 6 months. How many decades is it now?
And now Miranda's what?
25.
25. You wouldn't dream of interfering now, would you?
Oh, of course not. I mean, if Miranda can't recognize fortune hunters by now, I'll abandon her to her fate.
Doctor's orders. Time you went upstairs to bed. Before you have too much of that.
The crack of the whip. Well, good night. Only because I leave you in safe hands.
Good night.
Have you got any daughters to worry about?
Yes, I've got a daughter called Lucy. I don't know where she is at the moment. Somewhere on the continent. I have to face the fact that she doesn't want me to know where she is. Actually, at the moment, I'm rather pleased. If I knew where she was, I'd have to tell her about the trial.
Now, surely she'd come to you then. Be a comfort.
And if I get sent to prison, what would I be to her? A great discomfort.
Mothers should never reproach themselves about daughters. Daughters have so much more of life to play with. Even so, put a male object in front of Miranda and me, and I'd lay odds on myself to pull him before she could.
I don't know about that. Miranda's very attractive. She's got great composure for her age.
Oh, don't you believe it? Barbara Hunter spent hours today clearing up the mess Miranda's made of her work. And when Miranda makes a mess of her work, that indicates she's got something else on her mind. I wonder who.
I must have dozed off for a moment. Kath, I think I'll turn in. I can't keep my eyes open.
No, we'll turn off the telly first, will you, Wally?
I'll do that.
Before you go, there's something I want to get straight.
Oh, if it's about going on about Glenda, I'm sorry, you know.
No, it's not about Glenda. It's about that bed upstairs.
Oh, what about it? Whatever it was, I shouldn't have mentioned it.
I can't quite remember how you put it, but you said something about it being the one that, you know...
No, I can't remember what it was. And I mean, it couldn't have been very important anyway.
Well, I want to know what you meant.
Well, you know, when Arthur and you were married, he was a bit hard up for cash, you know. I had some put by. As a matter, I was saving up for a car, as a matter of fact.
But are you telling me that you lent him some money?
It's all water under the bridge now,
How
Kath.
much, Wally?
I can't remember, honestly, I can't remember. I mean, it was a question of my car or your happiness. That's really what it was. I mean, there were no options. I didn't begrudge it, love, at all. He wanted the money for the furniture.
Well, I mean, I know that bed was part of my first suite, but...
Well, of course it was. I went with him to the shop in Trent Street to buy it. What's the name?
No, never mind where you got it from. I want to know how much you lent him. Now, come on, I want the truth.
About 500 quid, give or take.
£500? But that was a fortune in those days. Do you mean to tell me that he borrowed £500 and never paid you back?
Slipped his mind, I suppose. Anyway, that's the end of it. It's nothing to do with thee. It was between Arthur and myself.
£500?
That'd be a godsend to me at this moment. Ah, well, never mind. It was well worth it, knowing that I helped to get you two started.